Hello and welcome back to Brodeurland. I'm so glad you're here. Today's topic on the Brodeurland show is diligence. That's right. Now you may be wondering, Mr. Broder, I've heard the word diligence sprinkled throughout my life, right? I've even heard the phrase due diligence. What does it all mean? Good questions, and you know what? That's why I'm here today. And to really explore diligence, I've got 3 levels I want to take a look at. First, we got to talk about what in the world does diligence mean? How can I apply it to my life? Second, you know what? Diligence isn't just about doing your work and check. No, it's about doing your best and giving 110% every single day. And third, things don't always come easy, but you know what? With a little motivation and some diligence, success can finally show up in your life. That's right. Now, you know the drill here. We really got to explore the Brodeurland definition of diligence so we can start this journey and really figure out how can I take the word diligence and apply it to my life. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started right now. So the Brodeurland definition for diligence goes like this. First, you got to be devoted. You got to give 110% when you're there at work, when you're there on mission, when you're there with your family and your friends. That way you can apply those successes. You can apply those successful relationships to that task, to that mission, to make a difference in your life, in the lives of others. Now that you know the Brodeurland definition for diligence, we got to start figuring out how we can apply it into our everyday lives. And to do that, I've got 3 quotes lined up, ready to go, that really embody diligence, that will help us really understand it so you can go forward, become that best version of yourself, and really start applying it going forward. So you know what? What are we waiting for? Without further ado, let's jump into our first quote right now. Our first quote today is by Dave Ramsay. And Dave says this: work is doing it. Discipline is doing it every day, but you know what? Diligence is doing it well every day. I really love this quote. You see, the first time I read this quote, I felt like I really understood diligence all wrapped up in one sentence. And that's why I put it first in this video. Because you see, work, just doing it, we can all do that. I can show up on a Friday, I can power through, knowing that I got the weekend to rest, right? But you see, if you want to get to the next level, which is discipline, then you got to be consistent. You got to do it every day. That means I got to show up on Monday and Tuesday and then Wednesday and then Thursday and then Friday and keep rolling and see if I can keep repeating it, right? But you see, diligence is just another level, another layer above that. I can show up, I can do things consistently, sure, but can I do it to the best of my ability? Can I give it my 110% every single day? That's what diligence is. And it's not just about work. You can use diligence, sure, with work, but with your relationships, with your friends, with your family, with the goals you're trying to achieve. The key is, can you give it 110% when you're with the people that you love, when you're with people that you're trying to make a difference with, when you're at the work that you are at and continuing trying to improve yourself and the people around you? That's diligence right there. Now see, this quote really wraps up the idea of diligence and how you can kind of try to apply it in your everyday life. But we've got to unravel a couple more layers, and that's what this second quote is going to do right now. So let's take a look and really dive a little bit deeper into diligence. Our second quote today is by Samuel Johnson, and Samuel says this: what we hope ever to do with ease, we must first learn to do with diligence. So to really showcase diligence, you've got to be consistent. You got to be willing to give it your all every single day. And you see, that's the first layer. Once you're willing to give that consistency, once you're willing to put forth those habits and really push yourself every single day, that's when growth can start to happen. And with that growth and with that experience, you can really start to get good at those things that you've been trying to achieve. That's when things really start to get easy. But here's the deal. Don't stop right there. No, you can't just go, yay, things are easy, I'm good. No, you've got to be willing to keep pushing yourself forward to see how far you can go. Now here's the deal. We still got one more quote to talk about and really wrap up this video on diligence. So let's figure out how can we apply diligence going forward. And let's wrap this video up right now. Our final quote this week is by Myles Munroe. And Myles says this: hard work and diligence are essential to success, but they require an internal motivation. That internal motivation is vision. So with diligence, remember, you gotta have that consistency. You gotta be willing to give it your all every single day. But where does that all come from? It stems from inside you. It stems from that intrinsic and internal motivation that keeps you pushing forward. And that motivation doesn't come from how to do things. It comes from the why. Why is it that you want to go out and achieve that? Why is it that you want to keep pushing forward? Those whys are so important because it really motivates us and reminds us, why are we doing this thing? And it helps us keep marching forward so we can make a difference. You see, whether I'm talking about diligence, whether I'm talking about perseverance or resilience or self-motivation, right? The key is, can I take all these words? Can I use them as fuel? And can I really allow them to mold me and form me to become that best version of myself? So always remember, you make each day a special day by just you being you. There's no one in the whole world like you except you. And I like you just the way you are. It's good that you exist, but can you go out there? Can you have diligence? Can you give your all every day, 110%, so you can become that best version of yourself? So until next time, Broder out. Peace.